Last we left off, our party awoke to the humid Marquise of Beaked air in Thrimmel's tavern, the Gentle Delilah, and learned that an escapee from Basinth was living in town. A small child by the name of Bullygup, who had been hiding here in rather questionable circumstances, since the merchants took her parents as items to sell at the black market for unknown reasons. After some conversation is shared with Bullygup, the group learn more about the group that they have had dealings with, and promise to deal with them as they have caused too much harm. The group readies themselves to set off to head back to Basinth to relay this information to the mayor, while Calanthea decides to stay behind for another day or two to make sure Bullygup settles into her new tavern home.
My name is Ashley, and I play Lopard.
Hi, my name is Brew, and I will be playing Kyrie.
Hi, I'm Nyx, and I'll be playing Ovani.
Hi, I'm March, and I play Flint Bright.
Hi, my name is John, and I'll be playing Gooey.
And I'm Rob, the annoying voice DM, and welcome to the Homebrew. So, you open the creaky doors from the tavern, step out as the light begins blinding down on you. You had kind of a late night. Kyrie and Ivani ended up drinking until pretty late, and you can see again the plateau that Fapenwall is on. You can see a path that winds down the side of the mountain towards the wooded area, quite a large wooded area of oak trees and such, that separate Fapenwall from the rest of the Marquise of Beaked. It's kind of a chilly morning, nothing too much to note. No rain, just sun.
Wait, was the soup poem last night?
Yes, the soup poem was last night.
So are we on our way already, or where are we?
You just left the tavern.
Right, okay.
You were going to Basinth to confront the lady who was selling people to the black market.
I mean, I guess we should just try to make our way, right?
I'll
Pretty much, yeah.
sort of like barge open the door and be like, good morning! Just like seep out all of the alcohol from last night on the floor and just proudly carry myself on through the path. Just be like, okay.
Oh, yeah, that alcohol was really strong, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today is a day for journeying, and us proud adventurers, you want to go on that journey. I'll look back at the other two.
Just shrug.
I give a silent nod, yep, silent nod.
Alright, and then I'll just stride very confidently down this beaten path. People looking at me like, who is this person? Kind of thing. But yeah, showboating my way down this path, making a big deal, like it's a red carpet.
Yeah, the path winds down the side of this plateau. Very rocky, very steep, but it is a dirt path that you can see many others have tread on before. Probably for about 10 minutes before you reach the base of it. There's a small grassy clearing with numerous flowers and such before it. There's almost like a wall of trees that indicates that's where the forest begins. You can see moss and such growing on the underneath of the trees. You are in quite a temperate, rainforesty climate at the moment. The air is slightly humid, but a bit cold. Like it's damp to the touch, but not enough to like unsettle you or like make your clothes soggy or anything.
Can I just take a pocket full of moss?
Sure, add a pocket full of moss to your sphagnum moss to your fucking ventry.
That's going with my half a bag of cherries.
Moss and cherries, a hearty breakfast.
It just, thought it might be cool to have a pocket full of moss. Don't judge me.
Hey, I mean,
Pocket moss.
yeah, it's like pocket sand. Someone gets too dangerous, you
Exactly.
throw moss at them.
We'll see if it comes into use,
If not, you've got moss if you ever need it.
I guess we're just gonna walk in the vague direction of basins because I don't know if any of us are very good at reading maps.
You do have a pretty well-worn map. The Marquis of Beat in community items in the Discord. You can see that it is north-northeast forest from Faper and Walter Basinth.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull out the
correct,
map and just look at it, and like turn it about like 6 to 7 times, trying to find the right direction. Just be like, ugh, and just hand it off to Alani.
I take the map. I give it a look. Do I need to roll D20 or something?
What, to read a map?
Yeah.
It's in
That's how you
common,
play
bud.
D&D.
You don't need to roll to read common.
Well, Breeze has problem.
Yeah, but I'm just stupid.
Riley. True. Okay. So I take the map. Yep. I give it a good look. I turn it around 7 times, back to front. Upside down.
Yeah,
Then
got
I find-
examine from every angle.
Exactly. Then I find the correct position and go, aha, yes! Alright, I found the way. Follow me, and I lead the way.
Just gonna roll my eyes at this shit and just follow them. Like, I have no better idea, but good god.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You start on your way to Basinth. You can see a very lightly trodden path and a couple of cartwheels that kind of like indents in the ground that lead the vague direction of Basinth. You can hear the chittering of birds and like occasional like croaks of frogs and such. And after about 5 minutes, a smell you can't quite describe hits your nostrils. To each of you, it smells like your favorite food from your childhood
Ooh.
being
Fried
cooked.
rat.
Beans.
just beans. A true Brit.
I mean, we've been over the fact that a lot of us have terrible backstories.
Yeah.
Breeze out here
not
like I smell
everybody.
sand.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna be like, beans.
Oh, that was in character, I see.
Yeah.
Can we tell where it's from?
Uh,
Smell? Any
make an
direction?
investigation check.
All
Just
of us?
Just Nyanks. I'll count it for the 3 of you.
Please don't.
Investigation. Right, gotcha.
Better roll good. I need my beans.
Please, the
7,
fried rat.
7.
I'm desperate for it.
7. Oh god.
It's the map. Look, it's the map. I showed it the wrong way.
Fuck me. So you kind of like sniff through the air, trying to locate the direction, but because it's an enclosed canopy, it's kind of all enveloping, all you can smell. But the further you get into the woods, the more you can smell it. Like the
So it
stronger
gets-
the smell gets, and the more intense it is, until it's almost overwhelming, and you can notice maybe about like 40 feet, like a faint glowing behind a tree. Just very,
Ooh.
very faint orange glowing.
Can I,
I
sneak
I
up to
stop
it?
and I. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You
I'm
wanna
just not even
sneak?
going to say anything, but I want to just roll stealth and try and get to it.
Yeah, you roll the stuff.
Oh.
17?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
So, almost without issue, you kind of like do the Tom and Jerry sneak thing. And like get behind this tree. The smell at this point is it's all consuming. Your vision's getting blurry because your eyes are watering from how strong it is. Your knees are kind of trembling a bit because it's just so strong, so overwhelming. And as you peek around the corner, you can see a large collection of like small golden mushrooms with their spores kind of glittering and dancing in the sunlight.
Hold up. Sin, are these mushrooms the same from the story that Trimmel gave us?
Yeah.
Can I
Hey,
tell what they are?
nice.
Make a nature check.
Oh, good. That's my strong suit. 18.
18. Fuck.
Ooh.
I didn't think anyone would do this, so I haven't prepared anything for the mushrooms, but I'll work on it. You know that they're mushrooms.
Yeah, figured that
you know
out.
that they're foreign in origin. You haven't seen any of these from the continent that you're from, and they seem to be very slow-growing, inedible mushrooms. But on investigating them, you can see what looks to be two humanoid silhouettes of these spores kind of slumped against the tree.
Huh, okay.
Can I just like waltz up behind the bird and be like, "What are you looking at?" And then just look at the mushrooms and be like, "These aren't beans. What is this?" Just outright loud.
Trying to be stealthy. Just gonna, drop my head and sigh and try and. I guess I want to see what the silhouettes are.
As you approach the silhouettes, the fungus spores on them start to like sparkle lightly and slowly kind of like peel off in small chunks and like float into the air and disperse. And it reveals a bundle of like mishmatched clothes, various colors and stuff, like slumped. One shoe's different to the other, and one glove is different to the other. One fucking like bracelet on one hand is different to the other, and the shirt's green but the hat's like fucking pink or something like that. And the other one has kind of like a long blue jacket, quite fancy looking brown and gold boots, but the two people seem to be asleep right now.
Can I do an Arcana check?
I was gonna ask if I can do a medicine and see if they're alive.
That's like loot.
I mean, I'm gonna steal those boots if they're dead, but I want to know if they're alive.
Jeez.
Yeah, make a medicine check, and actually make an Arcana check.
Just a bird.
Yeah, it's not good.
Ooh.
It's an 8.
I got a 6.
They are dead.
Oh my god, they're gonna be dead when you're finished with them. Holy fuck. As you lean over to like check one of them and slyly try to remove one of the boots, you kind of hear like heavy, almost like struggled breathing, like where you've got something caught in your lungs. And Yax, as you go over and investigate the other one for your Arcana check, your mind is just all of a sudden flooded with all kinds of things you don't understand and you don't think you will understand. But the two of them slowly start to stir awake and look at you both and look very startled. John, March, introduce yourselves.
Before they do that, I just want to look sad and start walking away. I cannot steal the boots.
Yeah, I poke one of them just with my spear.
Which one?
The one that I was investigating.
That's you, John.
Okay, how sharply do you do it?
It's not really sharply, it's more like...
Is this your
polish,
Shamison spear?
Yes, it is. I have no other spear.
I see.
Can I describe what happens?
Yeah, go
Sure.
for it.
So, whereabouts you poke?
Your boots.
Okay, you sort of poke the bottom of the sole, and it's not the shoe doesn't have a lot of substance to it, but you kind of poke it, and the foot almost kind of bends around the spearhead, and it goes in way too much, and then if you pull the spear back, the foot just kind of reforms itself.
Okay, I run away immediately. Hell no. I'm just out of there. You guys handle it.
Step forward, sort of like take control of the situation and be like, "Good evening, young fellows or old fellows. I don't know exactly what you look like or who you are, but I am in a quest for beans. Does anyone know where some beans are? I smelled some. They were delectable. I love beans. Yeah, so if anyone, one of you guys or girls can please provide me with some information of where I can find these beans, I'll be very glad."
So take first of all the hand, not actually skin or scales or feathers, but a sort of weird, perpetually you sort of see a hand of consistently dripping mucus of a slightly white color just kind of tip the hat back a little bit, and you just see a completely expressless other than a pair of outlines of eyes, a consistently dripping ooze humanoid-like figure. And as you just sort of talk about beans, I just sort of put my hand beneath your nose and use prestidigitation to make a smell of beans.
Oh, beans.
Yuck.
You know what? I do the same. I cast prestidigitation and do the same thing.
Are you the bean man?
Yes.
I want to just say while Kyrie's doing this entire thing, I want to pull out my moss and just hold it out.
Oh my god!
I turn to look at the captain.
He is also stunned silence. I think he's definitely grabbed his cutlass for protection.
She's gonna urgently hold out the moss, like, please.
I am moss.
Who are you handing that? Who are you giving that
I'm
to?
just holding it out, just in general.
Oh, I take it. I take the moss. Yeah.
I just nod solemnly.
Yeah, this is fine.
So, Bean Man, who is your friend?
You just see like a 6'4" human take a handful of moss from a 4-foot crow.
Accurate.
I stand up and sort of take my staff off the ground, which is sort of a sort of dark oak-coloured staff with a sort of twisted branches with a white crystal on the top, and stand up to a measly 5 feet tall.
I
And
thought you were
just
5'2".
5'2", sorry, 5'2".
Oh, I still have to look up to you.
Yeah. And just sort of point to the other body and say, Captain.
Very
used
cool,
to
Bean
this.
Man.
Very cool.
Captain.
Thank you,
Man.
Bean Man. Very cool.
What is your name? What is your purpose? Why are you here? What are these mushrooms? Like, I have so many questions for you.
Just again,
Where are
while
the
Kyrie
beans?
talks, I just want to
Where are
just
the
repeat the word
beans?
Bean Man in Kyrie's voice.
Ah!
Okay, I think I step forward and I address the Bean Man with, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry about my friend. He's not the best with conversations.
She.
Well, since you are in this position, I would like to ask, who are you?"
I think I'll do the talking, that's fine.
Okay.
my gooey companion ain't the most, I don't want to say literate, but talkative. It's fine.
Oh,
Can I repeat the noises that Gooey makes back in their voice?
No, because it's a different language.
But can I copy the sound of it?
You can, but it'll be like when you learn French and try to remember like 5 years later, and you end up saying something really mismatched and jumbled.
Do it
Perfect,
anyway.
that's exactly what I was hoping for. It's like when you try to learn Japanese by like just hearing the sound.
Yeah, fuck it, go for it.
Bean Man.
My whole mucus complexion suddenly turns purple and just...
I was just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep repeating Bean Man interplaced in its parts with the gurgles and the bloops.
Just for the sake of it, through a series of goops and globs, you just see this person turn from purple to red, back to green, and then to grey, and then back to green again, and it's just kind of put their hands up and say like, nope, no more, nope, nope.
So, about that, I'll just introduce myself. Good day, my name is Ovani, and I happen to travel along this road. What is your name? And I specifically ask the not mushroom man because I can't understand a thing he says.
And I say, I'm Captain Flint Bright. Me and my gooey companion here, we got spored. I guess that's what it was. Mushroom spores. It was weird. Yeah. We don't know. We know as much as you guys. I take it you're either responsible or have no idea what's going on.
I'm gonna hold up 2 fingers.
I turn to my friend Kyrie here, and I say, "Oh, he's the one responsible, of course. Why don't you tell him?"
No. Let me get this straight.
Yes, yes.
I smelled beans. This led me here to Bean Man. Bean Man smell of beans. Kyrie happy.
Your bean quest is noble. Very noble one.
I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Kyrie. I have been fighting for many, many years since my childhood, and I've grown in experience, and I'm one of the world's greatest fighters. And I'm just gonna like pull a trowel out of my pocket and just swing it around, and accidentally like cut myself, and like try to quickly recover it, and be like,
You're trying to do CS:GO knife tricks.
Yeah,
with a trowel.
just flicking it around my fingers, and basically be like, Captain. Every captain has a ship. It's like basic story. Like, where did you come from? Where's your ship? How did you end up here?
That is a very good question.
Yes.
Wish I knew the answer.
Oh, those mushrooms are strong stuff.
Oh, very.
I want to say telepathically to Ovani quickly. Just, are they a captain if they don't have a ship?
And I just give him a look like, I don't know. No idea.
Gonna sit here thinking about boats.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I turn to the captain and then I say, well, if you don't remember about your boat, if you do have a boat, well, what is the last thing you remember, Captain?
I mean, I had a boat once, but I mean, primarily with the current situation, I woke up on an island. We found like a burnt town. Found my gooey friend. Almost got burnt by an obelisk. And now we're here thanks to magic mushrooms.
I'm just
I
gonna nod
see.
like average Thursday.
Yeah.
I suggest we move ourselves away from the magic mushrooms or the bean mushrooms, whatever it is.
Pleasant idea, yeah.
Just nod rapidly.
I'm gonna. Oh, I had a really good idea. I'm gonna try to introduce myself.
Okay.
So I'm gonna point to myself, and I'm gonna open my mouth, and I'm gonna give them my real name, which is the noise of a market. So you just hear random people shouting like, "Apples, 1 gold each," and like shit like that from my mouth.
All from one fucking like vocal thing.
Yeah, he does that sometimes. Just ignore it or appreciate it, I guess.
Give them a thumbs up,
I also do a thumbs up.
and then I'm gonna say in the woman's voice, which to those who don't, the Queen.
Oh right, yeah.
To those who haven't heard it,
Oh, yeah.
it is like a smooth woman's voice. It just sounds like satin just brawling across your ears. It's wonderful. But I'm just gonna say little bird and point to myself.
I point to you, little bird.
Nod.
Indeed. Oh, by the way, since we are here now, out of character, should we introduce our characters now? How they look? and
Yeah.
such?
Describe your characters and stuff to each other.
So in front of you stands a very tall person. Let's see, 6'5", I believe. Yes, 6'5", so pretty tall. But he's clothed in sort of adventurous clothes, very baggy, but with a lot of pockets and a lot of trinkets attached to it as well. Different colors from different cultures. A very busy attire in that way. And he wears a mask in front of his face. It covers pretty much everything, except for a scar that you can see across his left eye that sort of pokes out. He has a spear on his back that I poked you with, so very sorry about that. He has this sort of brownish skin and black hair as well. Yeah, that's about it.
But little bird is just a 5-foot tall kenku, which is basically just a humanoid crow. So they have yellow eyes and black pupils and a carved crow's beak, dark purple feathers. Most of their body covered in sort of this weird mismatched armor, like some leather armor, some random clothing that they found, and some like basic, really cheap looking boots. They look like they belong on the streets, and there's good reason for that. Oh, they've got a really, really weird looking sword at one side. But yeah, that's about it.
So what you have upon you is a 5'10". No, I'm joking. A 5'10", Algrine, which is basically a humanoid bird merge, but like it's more human-sided, so it's basically a human with bird wings. You can tell that they're always in like a confident stance, and she's like priding herself very heavily. She's like always in a fighting stance, ready to perform or make people clap or cheer her name, sort of thing. She grew up as a gladiator and has a ton of fighting experience,
Despite being level 1.
despite being level 1.
Everyone else sucked.
But her emerald eyes hold a very nervous and shaky person on the inside.
So standing is a 5'2", slightly slender complexion underneath a complete fashion disaster of clothing. Nothing seems to like fit any sort of cohesion. Atop the hat is a sort of strange like teal scaled belt, a sort of perpetually dripping skin, mucus on the hands and face. Everything else is mostly covered up. With a staff to their side, a large backpack of stuff, and a rather unnecessarily large scroll sort of dangling from the bottom of the backpack. And it's just kind of like every time somebody talks, they sort of look to you, and then if a bird or anything passes by their vision, they just kind of follow it as well, just kind of not even really paying attention, almost like they're in their own world.
Captain Flint Bright is about 5'9", kind of mid-length, maroon hair, somewhat greasy, probably hasn't showered in a while. Large, gold and like teal, I guess, like pirate jacket, big cutlass. Overall, somewhat dirty. Apart from this like amber amulet that he's got on that looks like it doesn't fit whatever he's wearing, but he's trying to make it work. Yeah.
Trying his best.
We all try our best in vain.
Yeah.
Are we trying our best? Because so far we haven't.
I'm just gonna be like, whoa, Captain. And then I'm gonna point to like Little Bird and be like, parrot, Captain, parrot.
Just gonna roll my eyes like, no.
You two are in love now.
Just gonna shake my head and roll my eyes like, I'm not a parrot.
I hold up my hand, you press digitation to make a squawk sound.
I make a squawk sound. Can I say telepathically to one of them? I don't really care which.
Which one?
Kyrie or Ovani.
Oh, right. I was going to say, there's 4 other people now.
The two that I can still talk to.
Yeah.
I just want to say to them, like, look, we've been stood here for a while. Can we move?
Yes, let's keep on moving away from the mushrooms because I don't want to have anything happen. What
Well-
about you, Kyrie?
Well, I feel bad leaving these two here, specifically because one smells of beans, but like, what?
We
Listen,
can just take
listen.
them with us.
We're on a journey. We're on a
Couple
journey to
lost
stop an
puppies.
evildoer, even though I really like them. But we're here to stop an evildoer from trafficking humans, and that's a very bad thing. I don't know if you know, like, what human trafficking is, because I don't know where you come from, Bean
I'm a
Man.
my
pirate. I know
35
everything
page
about
essay.
it.
Yeah, but Bean Man, he's just. Oh. give me one gloop again. Give me one gloop again, Bean Man. Oh, beautiful. I applauded. But anyways,
you have
yeah.
no idea what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just clapping anyways. Yeah, so we're on this journey. Anything you need, Avani?
I sort of turn to the pirate captain. I'm assuming it's a pirate.
Yeah.
And I sort of ask, you got any rum or anything?
God, I wish.
Anyways, you drunkards. We are
Says
going on
you.
a journey, and we would like you to join us because you seem to have no purpose and nothing else better to do than inhale rum.
You seem to have no purpose.
Well, yeah, you wake up not knowing what you're doing, no shape. B-man's going gloop gloop gloop, gloop, and I'm just like, I'm all here, and yeah. So, would you like to join us on our journey?
Eyes kind of narrow, and the slime colour just turns a little bit red. And just kind of cross my arms a little bit, look at you, and sort of turn back towards the bird, and then it's
There
gonna
are two birds.
fly. Oh, there's two birds. That is true.
Yeah,
I
there's
turn
the-
back
Gary
to.
is also a bird.
I turn to little burb.
More-
And sort of turn back green again, and then sort of just point off in the direction where, in a random direction, and just say, "Let's go." Yes.
I'm just gonna point in the correct
Oh, so he
direction.
can talk.
And let's go.
Yep.
Yep, I take the map out again, give it another few spins. Yep, let's go.
Yak starts doing basketball tricks with a map, spinning it on his finger and everything.
No,
Yeah,
what a
sure
lot of,
enough. You,
I'm gonna have a gander at that map as well.
yeah, it's in community items.
Hmm.
It's the second one up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
sort of,
go? As I look to you all. Where go?
I point onto the map where we are and then where we are heading.
Hmm.
Yeah, I should have give it a look for Bean Man.
Attempt to see if I can try and figure out where we are on that map. Hopefully make it
Yeah,
easier for
it's a very worn map.
If there's any way I can attempt to help the navigation process, or
I mean,
you
there's a fucking
do
trodden
it.
path, bud.
I was just saying like
Yeah.
okay.
Uh,
Okay.
It's the mushrooms.
Before we start doing anything, can I like take like my explorer's pack out and like get like a little flask or like glass bottle and just try to put one of the one of the mushrooms into a glass bottle and seal it?
Yeah, easily enough. You
I get
kinda
another
like-
pocket full of moss.
you can get another pocket full of moss. Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
2 pockets of moss. No, you've got one. The axe has got the other.
True.
Easily enough, you manage to tear out one of the little mushrooms and put it in a. Do you have a flask?
I have an explorer's pack.
Does that have
Okay.
a flask in it?
It has the do you know the beer bottle
Yeah.
from where were we getting drunk and it's the
Oh yeah,
pulley-
the really nice, expensive
Yeah.
fucking beer from Wall.
Well, I've already drank it anyways. We
Yeah,
drank
yeah.
it with them, so I'll just put it
Yeah,
in the bottle
Easily
container.
enough, you slap it back in there. It kind of sloshes around with a little bit of the fucking dregs in the bottom. You cork it back up. It loses
Is
its.
there enough room for like
glow a bit.
multiple, or is it?
You could probably fit about 2-3 more in.
Okay, I'll put 2 more in.
Yeah.
You know, I
Kinda.
was gonna ask why, but nah, just go ahead.
Yeah, you put another 2 in, cork it up. It almost looks like if you added vinegar, you'd be making pickled mushrooms at this point. But, oh.
Has the flask got anything on it?
It's got like an old like handwritten sticker kind of stuck to it that's peeling away a little bit. It doesn't have anything written on it. The writing is far too faded.
I just take the end of my staff and just gently, if you allow me, just slightly tap the side of the bottle or the flask.
Okay.
I use prestidigitation to make the shape of the sticker of a bean appear on it, and it'll stay on there for an hour.
I'm just gonna fist bump like yes.
Yeah,
Bean
I'll seal it
shrooms?
up and put it back in my explorer's pack and like get behind Novani and just like slap them lower torso, just trying to eagle them forward and read the map and kind of set us on our way.
Yeah, sure thing. Before that, before you put the bottle away, I want to use prestidigitation to put for personal use on the bottle.
Just in case anyone thinks it's,
Yeah, I'll look at the
Yeah,
bottle and
yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, I am with you guys, so I might need a knockout. And then, yeah.
I might need a knockout. Let me chew on these random mushrooms, see what
Well,
happens.
I'm gonna like just look at them and say like, well, they were knocked out by them. They were like sleeping. They were gone.
Yeah, they would.
Like, and yeah, I'm just gonna usher Ravani forward.
As,
Yep,
we,
yep,
as we walk,
gotcha.
I'm just gonna
Let's,
skate
keep
along
on.
and eat some berries.
You find your way back to the path, and after probably about another 4 hours of just mindless trudging through this forest, nothing really of note happens. You spot a couple of
I
cool
would-
little birds, but sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to grab my, what's it called again?
Shamison.
shamisen spear and just play a few tunes on it while we're walking.
Yeah.
The
Just
same,
gonna look
the
at every
same
part
tunes,
of Slash
just
Mask.
over and over again.
Sure enough, you play some fucking tunes on your shamisen. Every now and again, you almost prod someone with the end of it, but
And I'm gonna like, because like through books and fairy tales, I would have heard about like pirates and stuff like that, and some sea shanties. So I'd like jokingly fit in some lyrics, like very bad misheard lyrics, and just be like, well, man.
yeah, easily enough. You all seem to have a bit of a laugh, talk a little bit more, get to know each other a little bit better.
I skip and dance the hallway and do
Yeah.
twirls as they walk.
And make your way to where the forest kind of ends. You can see a familiar sight for three of you. The relatively high, like made out of logs wall that kind of sections off a section of the coast with a guard's tower at the top of it. You know this is Base Inf. You're at, like, you can see Base Inf in the distance.
Didn't we get thrown out of this town?
No, we helped them.
Debatedly, yes.
Yeah. Can I just like walk up to like the entrance of it and be like, Trickle, Prickle?
Oh god, I forgot about Trickle. You kind of hear a "Ah!
Trickle!
Ah!" and then you hear banging on the gate, and it slowly starts to open. You can hear. It opens enough to let like one person through at a time. You see Trickle. He just kind of looks at you and goes, "I don't know you."
What?
And runs away. You only met him in a tavern once, and he went and told his mum he found a leaf.
He knows me. Everybody knows me. Just calm down. And then I'll just follow him in. We'll try it. Like I'll just try to like walk into the tavern first of all.
Yeah,
'Cause,
as you enter the gates, the guards see you and they kind of give you a little nod.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know you at this point. You helped the town out. They're aware of who you are. They quite happily let you back in, despite not being too friendly with other people. They do notice the two new people with you and kind of look a bit curious, but shrug it off and just assume that they're more people that you've picked up along the way.
I waddle up to a guard.
Thumbs up. Just thumbs up to them.
I'll waddle to a guard and hold out a hand so that they may shake it.
Okay, so you two, I'm not sure if you, Captain might have every now and again, but they're Gripply. So the guard that you approach, he's probably about 3'5", very like shiny emerald skin and like dark brown greenish eyes. He's got a little hat that looks like it's made specifically for Gripply with a couple of iron plates on it and just some like general leather armor that guards might wear. He's got a bow slung over one shoulder. Kind of looks at you and goes,
Blue.
"I'm good," and kind of shakes his head.
Sort of turn away and just turn slightly grey in colour and just waddle inside with my shoulders slumped.
As you're walking over, you kind of hear the other guard like turn around. You hear his leather armor like twist and look at another guy. He's like, "What the fuck was that?"
It's fair, actually.
No, I will follow the rest of the people.
Yeah, I saw that and I go over to the little bean man and I try to confront him.
You're confronting the bean man.
No comfort.
Oh.
You bean man, don't talk to the frogs ever again.
No,
Even grayer.
yeah. No, I give a few. What's it called again? The food that we had. Berries or something.
I'm pretty sure we had
Oh
jerky
yeah,
for like.
you had some
ages.
wolf jerky and stuff. Oh no,
Oh,
you
yeah.
gave that to make the stew. I think you've just got like general rations at this point.
Yeah, because we were given rations on our way out.
Oh, if we don't have any beef jerky, I cast prestidigitation to make a few beef jerkies in my hand. And I
Okay.
try to give it to Bean Man.
Not again.
Okay. sort of take in my hand, and then sort of look up to you, and it just slowly starts to dissolve into my hand,
Hmm.
and just turn green again. Just give a thumbs up. Thank you. Tasty.
You're welcome.
Anyway,
You sound just as baffled as your character would. Just like, fucking, alright.
I'm gonna see this entire thing and be like, oh fuck, and go up and offer us some cherries. Because I want to see them dissolve.
Just drop it into the hand, and it just doesn't even meet a surface. It just kind of dissolves.
I'm just gonna look at it like, oh, bird pog.
Bad dog. Fuck.
anyways, I'm gonna be heading into the tavern and just immediately just surveying the area, see if there's any people in there, any important people of note. If not, I'm just gonna head straight to the bar.
Yeah, you open it up, you see a couple of Gripply that you've seen in there before, a couple you haven't seen before. Seems relatively lively. It is about 6 PM now, so the people are finishing their fishing and stuff like that and their work, and they're coming to the bar to have a drink. There's a lot of chatter in the background, a couple of people look at you, and then you almost like see them go, oh, it's them, and then like kind of shrug it off and carry on with their conversation. A couple of people move out the way of you so that you can go to the front of the bar. You see the mayor kind of leaning on the bar, chatting with the barmaid that you've met before.
I'll just head up to the barmaid and like nasal into like the conversation, like what nose into it, and be like try to find out what's going on.
So you hear the mayor just kind of every now and again, and the barmaid every now and again. The only words you can really make out are cave, missing fish, and Sahuagin.
Okay, so I'll just like sort of sit down on the bar and be like, hello, Mr. Mayor. Hello, barmaid.
You never asked for their names.
We
Yeah,
never
that's why
did.
I'm saying that. And I'm just gonna be like, any ideas when the special visitors are back in? And I'm gonna be like nervously like patting around my body for the napkin what was given. I'm gonna be like, oh no, Varney has it. I'm gonna be like running to the door and just like quickly on the door. Oh, Varney, please now.
You know, I was going to head off to the little halfling because I have some unfinished business because of some
really?
The
stuff.
halfling
Napkin.
that's hitting on you.
Yes.
Napkin before.
So I don't know if
food.
I'm here at that moment.
If you're going to the cartographer, then I doubt you'd be there, because the cartographer's kind of early in the gate of Basinth.
Ah, what a shame.
I'm just gonna be hanging out outside of the tavern.
Anyways, I'm gonna like kind of like shout request the napkin, like half in, half out the door.
Just gonna roll my eyes and run off to try and find Avani.
What are you other two doing?
I'm trying to get alcohol, but I don't have money. Probably. Can I see if there's any like unattended glasses that I can just take? 'Cause
Oh,
I don't
mine's
have cash. I just want to get drunk.
Oh, so you're going to the tavern, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You spot a couple, but as you go over to reach them, a couple of rather angry Gripply kind of walk in front of you.
Hi. How can I do you? You good? Oh, sorry. I don't speak that.
What do you mean that?
Oh, you speak common. That's good.
How else would we form trade bonds if we don't speak common? Awfully presumptuous of you.
Nah. I get that a lot. It's fine.
I'm gonna be like interrupting it and like put my arms around Captain and Beanman and be like, any trouble around here? Can I fetch you two any drinks? And like sort of like usher them towards the bar and like stare directly into the Gripply's eyes and be like, I wouldn't. I fucking wouldn't.
The Gripply kind of looks at you and he goes, you know, you only took out 4 wolves, right? Like, that's not a big accomplishment. You
I can
helped
take
people,
out your
sure.
2 eyes if you want.
I just wave at the Gripply happily.
One of the Gripply is like sat with Trickle, and Trickle kind of waves back at you all excited. Trickle is he is the child of the barkeep. He's not the brightest, but he tries his best.
He's a good boy.
He's still young.
Yeah, I'm kinda just gonna go over like, there's kids in here. I wouldn't advise going down this way. Just slowly walk over to the bar and like, I'll buy them both drinks. Why not?
Fuck yeah.
All right, that's.
Wait, didn't you give all your money to Little Bird?
No, I gave it back.
Oh, right.
The barmaid kind of leans over at you and goes, "Matt, oh, welcome back."
What can I get you these two fellows? And then just ask whatever you want. You can just order something. You can find out what you want. I'll just pay for it.
And just kind of look to the group of the barmaid and be like, drink, please.
Right, what kind?
Alcohol.
Right, well, we've obviously got Slacky Cola if that's something you're interested in.
That one.
She kind of puts down like a half of this rather strange-looking liquid. So it's like. It's
Have you got like
so
the
many
soil?
drinks.
Have you got like the soil the fruit grows from, and then the fruit to the distillery, and the whole process?
No. There wasn't a whole side quest involving it that nobody did. You took the fucking all the fucking bounty posters off the board and then fucked off.
We did.
Okay, so she kind of slams it down in front of you. It's like almost sparkly orange, but also like grey at the same time. You can't quite make out what color it is. It's mostly grey with occasional flashes of orange in the correct lighting. It does look fizzy.
So stick my finger in the glass and begin to drink.
I'm gonna like order another one for Captain, and when it gets delivered, I'm gonna go tea and rum. And yeah, I'll just pay for it up front. So how much will that be?
Because it's you, we'll just call it 3 copper.
Okay, just throw a free cover.
She kind of grabs it off the table and slides it into a pouch that's like nailed to the desk. She slides another 2 tankards of Slacky Cola to you.
Yeah.
I just have my hand partially submerged in the drink at this point, and it's just slowly going down.
She's watching you do this and just goes, "Right, I think it's best not to ask."
I'm just gonna leave those 2 with their drinks and again peer out the door and be like, "Ovani, please."
Should we cut to Ovani?
Probably, yeah.
It's just me bursting in the door.
So, you go back to the hut that you were at before. Looks like every other dirt hut in Basin, apart from this one, is covered in papers and stuff that have been stuck to the outside of it. Kind of swing open the door and look around again. You can't see Aaron, but you can see that the place looks a bit tidier. The books are a little bit more organized now. The scrolls are now organized
By the
into
way-
3 barrels. Here, clunking and papers rustling. Nothing out of the ordinary for Aaron.
Right, so I open the door and I sort of go look for him because I can like really clearly hear him.
Yeah.
I sort of yell out to him, Aaron, hello, good day, Aaron. Are you
You
here?
kind of hear a, oh, give me a moment. And you hear, like, fumbling, and then you hear a, ow. And you hear more paper shuffling, and he kind of limps in, adjusting his glasses and stuff. He goes, oh, welcome back.
Oh yes, welcome back indeed. It's been a while, hasn't it been?
About 3 days.
Time
Really?
flies pretty slowly. But it's good to see you, it really is.
Yes, it's always good to see you.
Yes.
Yes, quite.
So, yeah, I just arrived back in Basin. Yeah, I immediately came to look for you because I had quite some revelations in my travel.
That's very sweet. Thank you. His face kind of flushes red a little bit.
Yeah, and I take out a weird book that I found and I smack it on the table really hard, but like
Kinda.
unintentionally.
Kind of jumps a bit and then looks at you. And his face gets a little more flush, and he's like, "Is there something I can help you with, Ovani?"
Yes. I'm not sure what this is actually. I don't know if you know this, but yeah, take a look at this book and out of character. It is the book that we found in the
Yeah,
caves.
the cultist had.
Yeah.
Erin kind of adjusts his glasses, and his face kind of de-reddens a bit as he looks away from you, and he takes a glance at the book and then does a second take. And, where did you find this?
Black market.
Am I okay to handle it?
To be honest, I don't know. I thought maybe you could help me.
If you're bringing scary things into here, I'm not sure I wish to be a part of it, Ovani.
Oh,
I always appreciate you visiting, but if this is going to get me in trouble, I've only just started my business here in Basin. I don't want any fuss.
Well, to be honest, last time I came here, you gave me something dangerous, but that's out of the. That's not the point. No, I took this book. I handled it. I took it in my hands. It's fine to take a hold of. It's no problem.
If you're sure, I'll take your word for it, Ovani. He kind of picks up the book and flips it back and forward and runs his fingers along the spine of the book and keeps glancing at you every now and again, looking at the book more and more confused. And he sets it down on the table, places a hand on it. He starts rapping his fingers and goes, Do you know what you have here?
I hope it's not what I think it is, but it might be.
You found a man-made grimoire.
Not again.
No. This is great. This is the exact thing you were looking for.
Is it though?
This is the thing that will help you remove the accident that I caused before. I'm so sorry, Ovani.
Well, do you know a lot about it? Do you know how it works? I want to say, I sort of sit down on a chair or something, or on a table, sort of slump down, not sure what to do.
He goes, give me a moment to consult some of my readings. And he kind of darts into the back room and starts fumbling around with a load more shit, and you hear a shelf just break and a load of books scatter across the floor. And he's going, "Bugger, not again!" And he comes out with numerous scrolls and 2 other books underneath his arm, kind of slumps them down on the table, and he goes, the book that you have it's not complete. There are pages missing from it, which means I can't fully get the full understanding of it. But from what I have of my scriptures here, that I can lend you to read in your own time, or perhaps you'd like to come back after the shop is closed, and I can explain them to you in further detail when it's just us with no worry of intruders.
Can I pick this point to burst through the door?
As you do, Aaron kind of falls backwards off his chair and gets up and goes, small bird. So sorry.
Just think about it, like, yeah, close enough. And just wave to him, and then run up to Albani and I guess telepathically ask for the napkin.
The napkin. Which napkin?
I'm just gonna shrug, I don't know which one.
I give him a random napkin I have on me.
Is it just a normal napkin?
Yes, it's a used napkin by me. Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Aaron kind of looks at you a bit jealous.
Just gonna look at it no, I don't think that's it.
Hold on. Let me look in my backpack, and I sort of give it a go, sort of see what I have in my backpack.
I'm gonna put the used napkin in my pocket though. We don't know if it's
sure, you
useful.
can have that.
It's going with my moss.
Yeah, I take it out of my backpack and I head into you.
Let's just look at it I don't know, probably. Put it in my pocket.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just gonna run away, and as soon as I'm out the door and down the street, I'm gonna telepathically remember, I'm gonna remember that I need to thank Ovani. Just shout it telepathically into his head.
During a conversation. Oh, not again.
As little bird leaves, Erin kind of looks at you again and goes, I'm so sorry. The book you have, very, very useful, especially for someone in your position. But, from what I've gathered from my notes, you can't do anything with it yet. I can hold on to it if you wish.
I suppose I might as well keep it. You said that a few notes are missing, or pages are missing?
Yes, the book isn't complete. You
I
can
see.
see, just by opening the book, that pages have been torn out. You don't need a cartographer to tell you that.
Yeah, but I did come here to confirm that it is indeed, a grimoire.
Well, and anytime you want to visit Ovani, you can, and the offer is still there if you want to come back and read over the notes with me.
Oh yes, I think we should do that.
Oh, his face kind of flushes a bit more red. Well, whenever you're ready. I don't want to pester you or rush into anything.
Can I roll for investigation or something? I want to know, do I get what he's saying?
Oh, roll and find out. Roll an
Insight.
investigation.
Oh, insight.
Yeah, insight, sorry. Nat 1.
23.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus.
He's using having you come round as an opportunity to try and hit on you some more.
I see.
But he does also want to go over notes with you, because he is also very invested in his work, because he's a little busy bean. Then Breeze bursts through the door, I heard talk of beans!
Well, anyway, thank you a lot. I really appreciate it.
You're always welcome here, Ivani, you know that.
Yes, I know.
Before you leave, the town's been in a bit of a kerfuffle since you left. The fishermen all seem confused, and I've heard talk of a food shortage. It might be worth trying to find out what's going on. The last thing we need is going hungry in times like this.
Ooh, that does sound like a problem. I'll keep it in mind, yes. But I think I should head back to my other party members.
Yes, you do what you must. I'll always be here. Kind of adjusts his glasses again and ruffles his collar a little bit and adjusts his waistcoat and kind of clears his throat and gets all the papers and books back under his arm and nods to you. I will catch you later then, Ivani. Kind of goes behind the beaded curtain again, and you hear him mumbling and grumbling about having to clean up the books so many times because the fucking nails won't stay in the walls.
Fair enough. Oh! Never mind, no, never mind. Yeah, I'll head out, give him a goodbye, and follow Little Bird.
No bird is gone. Just
Yeah,
bring
but
it back to
I
the
mean-
tavern.
Yeah, but I mean, like, follow the way he came and such. To the tavern.
Is the child Ripley still like in the room or in the tavern?
Yeah, he seems to have a couple of other, what look like fishermen Gripply around him.
Waddle over and sort of just like squat down and just sort of like usher the small Ripley to just come closer.
As you do, he seems very excited to come over and talk with this strange being, but the other Gripply look at you and kind of lean in and whisper to Trickle, and Trickle looks rather sad and then kind of crosses his arm and gets a furrowed look on his brow, just kind of sits there and doesn't do anything. Another Gripply that was talking to the barmaid kind of comes over and leans into you and goes, I don't mean to be rude, but you've only recently gotten okay with non-Gripply, and some of the other folks haven't exactly warmed up to the idea yet. As an apology, let me buy you another drink. And he kind of slaps a silver in your hand.
Just kind of falls through the hand and lands on the floor.
He looks at you confused and then just backs away. He's like, you keep that. That's yours now. I don't want to touch that.
I squat down and pick up the coin, and then sort of like look towards the little rippling, kind of wave a little, and I sort of put my hand up towards the crystal in my staff, and slowly pull out a small globule of light as I cast dancing lights, and just gently toss it towards them.
They kind of duck and cover and like hide under the table, and one of them starts sobbing. They think you're trying to attack them. A couple of other Gripply stand up, the chairs clattering on the ground. And the barmaid goes, no, that's...
So just look down and towards the young group and say, "It's okay. Favorite color?"
Trickle kind of looks at you and goes, trees!
Kind of just like twist the top of the crystal like as if I'm adjusting a light bulb, and the small globule just kind of turns to light green color.
His face lights up with joy and he starts jumping on the table trying to catch it while the other Gripply are very, very violently trying to get him to not touch the fucking glowing orb that the goo man has put out.
I just like gently move it around with my finger as I can control it, and I take out another one from the top of the staff and toss it, and it's a yellow color, and then another, and slowly 4 globules of light are just slowly circling the small child.
The others, after one of the orbs of light passing by their head, seems to notice that it's nothing of harm, and they kind of take a deep breath of relief after knowing that they're not gonna die, and lean back in their chairs and grab their drink and take a big fucking glug before slamming it back down on the table and putting their head in their hands. Meanwhile, Bullygup is jumping around trying to catch these orbs of light. Every now and again his hand passes through one and it kind of flickers a little bit, but
I'm just spinning in unison in the middle of the room as they're just spinning around.
oh,
I'm just gonna look back into the tavern and be like, right, and then just look around.
Can I burst through the door again?
yeah, like a strength check.
Oh yeah! 10?
You fling open the doors and the Grippleys all again kind of slam their drinks down and panically stand up and look around and then notice it's you and take another deep sigh and sit back down in their chairs. You're a couple of them saying, I'm not fucking cut out for this. You grab their drinks and polish them off.
I like to imagine that I throw open the doors and I just land face first on the floor. Just get myself up and walk over to, jog over to Kyrie and hold out the napkin. Like,
You see
is
me
this
dancing
it?
in the middle of the tavern.
What napkin?
Oh, the used napkin.
Okay, I'll take the napkin in my hand and like look at it like very sternly. It's like I'll like tip my hand so it like sort of faces the floor and like the napkin's like stuck to my hand and it slowly peels away with like mucus just dripping down and it just hits the floor and I'm like,
Before it hits the floor, I'm just gonna catch it, put it back in my pocket, and give out the other one.
and I just take the napkin with my other hand and just look at my hand with like all the mucus and stuff like that and be like, and just try to find something to wipe it on. Just it needs to be away from me.
The barmaid kind of throws a rag at you and goes, use that.
Yeah, I'll just wipe it on the rag and just like throw it away immediately. Thank you, little bird. Okay. I did not need whatever that was on my hand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna strike and walk over and start dancing with the goo man.
I'll walk up to the barmaid while they're dancing or doing whatever and just flop it on the table, like lay it out and be like, anyways, these special customers, and I'll just show the sign again and be like, any idea when they're coming back?
She kind of looks at you and hurriedly grabs the napkin and hides it and goes, "Brr. Don't don't just show that around willy-nilly. Remember, I fucking gave that to you when the bar was empty. We don't need more panic right now. The merchants, they're here in about 3 days from now. It's not as big of a caravan as it was when you came here. As this time, it's just food and gold that they're here for. But we don't
Same
have
people,
the
right?
food to give them.
Do you need us to go forage for you? Do you need any help? But like again, I don't mean to be nosy, but like when I came in here, I heard like news from you and the Mayav missing fishermen folk. Are these linked? Are
She
these
kind of
these people?
ushers you to come and like lean on the bar, and she leans in next to you, and she goes, "Right, well, just after you left, a lot of our fishermen were complaining about not catching any fucking fish, which is, you know, for a day or two we can deal with it. But we're Gripply. We eat a lot of fish and a lot of other stuff. We kind of need the fish. 2 of our fishermen have gone missing. Poor Pond Gulp. But we've heard strange noises coming from a cave on the shoreline. We think there may be something there. The mayor seems to think it's a Sahuagin, but I don't think
what?
a Sahuagin, fishman. You know, I don't think they'd be
So
this close to the shore.
we're talking about cannibalism, right?
Not to a degree. I'm not 100% sure on the Sahuagin's origin. But I've heard talk that they were once water elves.
Could I?
Um,
did
Do
I
I ever
hear
hear
this?
this, guys? Oh wow, we're 2 of 1.
You guys would not hear this. She's kind of leaning in and whispering it to Ivani.
I would kind of be like,
Kyrie, sorry.
Oh.
I'm here.
that's a very big lean.
She just stretches her neck out endlessly.
I'm gonna like,
It's my secret power. Shh,
I'm
don't
gonna
tell
say-
anyone.
like, one moment, please. I'm gonna walk up to Little Bird and be like, sorry to interrupt whatever you're doing, but like, can you telepathically or do whatever dark magic what you do to tell Ovani to bring a map here?
As soon as I hear the
I
word
come in.
dark magic, my hand goes to my sword instantly. Like, where?
I'm just gonna like calm the bird down and be like, map Ovani here now.
Just gonna sigh, and then I'm just gonna say telepathically to Orlani then. Kyrie wants a map, not sure why.
And
As you're doing this, the barmaid notices someone who looks like they're used to the sea, kind of ushers them towards them, kind of puts her hand on the table, and she goes, "You might know about this as well. Missing fish? Ring any bells? I don't want to make
I'll sit back
assumptions."
down so it's not like she's shouting at me.
Yeah. She's like, "You look like the kind that may have seen a portal view."
I'll just offer up my seat to the captain.
Scoot on closer.
I'll waddle over as well.
She kind of looks at the captain and the fucking goo man and goes, Are you guys with those ones?" And kind of gestures towards the other 3.
Yeah, sure.
Beans! And I thumb up.
I just flash a thumbs up as well.
Just, sure, we can get you some beans. She kind of looks
Beans?
a bit like fucking confused, and then leans into the captain and is like, You know anything about the missing fish there, sailor, or
Oh,
is
I
this
wish.
nothing to do with you?"
I mean, it could be. It could be to do with me, depending on what information you give me. I could find stuff. I don't know.
If you're
What
saying
weird game are you playing?
in the middle of a town that you are the reason we are having a food shortage, I don't think it will go down too well. She kind of puts her hand under the desk. She's like,
Ah.
now you're either here to fix the problem or you are the problem.
Right, I see where this is going. Yes, I am here to fix the problem.
I thought you were gonna say yes, I am the problem.
Yep.
It's me, surprise! She pulls out a scroll from under the desk and kind of slaps it on the table and goes, right, this is Basinth. This is the town you're in now. The mayor seems to think that along the coastline near the East Port, there's Sahuagin living in a cave eating our fish. I personally just think we're having a dry spell. It's happened before. There's never been... Fish aren't always there. You can overfish a place.
Do I recognize the term?
What term?
Sahuagin.
I mean, it's a species of fucking humanoid creature, so...
Mm-hmm. I was just wondering if I have any inkling on what they are.
Not really.
Okay.
They tend to live, like, relatively deep oceans, so...
I was just wondering if I possibly read something on the...
Oh, if
okay.
you've read make a history check.
24 on history.
Oh, yeah. So,
Oh, nice.
from what you can recall from what little bits of memory you've got, what you've read in books seems to stick in your head pretty well. From what you can remember, these creatures, these Sahuagin, they're predatory, like, piscine humanoid things from deep in the ocean that occasionally come up onto shallows and shorelines and stuff like that to terrorize villages or to hunt. They don't usually come out of the ocean simply because of how bountiful it is, but they view all of the ocean as their kingdom, and they worship the shark god Sekola. Other than that, your mind's kind of foggy on other details.
Almost like a tape recording. I just sort of expel all knowledge of this creature in common. And that is a reference of that Sahuagin.
And then I come in and I say, yeah, I think we're having a food shortage. I heard about it from Aaron. Any idea what it is?
Just gonna sit there like, I mean, do we have to do this again?
I wasn't there.
I just point to the mayor and then just point to you. And
The
say,
barmaid then relays all this information over to you, knowing that out of the original 3 that helped the town, you were the one that did most of the talking and balancing of the party members, let's call it.
Ah, I see, yes.
She's now like looking
Yes.
at you and the captain, talking, going, for the sake of the mayor, can you at least check out the cave? We've had problems with fucking petty bandits in the past, grabbing our fish and hiding out in the cave. The mayor seems to think it's Sahuagin this time, but I don't fucking know. I just don't want to get in shit.
Yeah, I suppose we could check it out.
Yeah.
okay.
Say,
If you end
Captain,
up finding the fish, we could sort you out with free accommodation in
Fish?
Basinth whenever you need it.
Yeah. That sounds like a good deal.
Maybe a free night on the tavern.
Do you have mice?
You know, out of all the questions I've been asked as a barmaid, asking if I have mice is not one of them. But yes, we have mice. Well, we have rats. Not
So-
our own. We haven't tamed them, but they're about the town. It's a
Is
fishing port. There's gonna be rats.
Sort of turn a pink color and then put both my hands in the air and say, hooray!
I do the same thing. Hooray!
I do the exact same thing, the exact same voice.
I'm just gonna put my head in my hands and be like, oh.
You guys have gotten dumber
stare at
since
the-
last time you were fucking here. Jesus
Just
Christ.
give a thumbs up, barmaid.
Doesn't sound bad.
I mean, not considering you don't have a whole lot of money, no. Yeah, this is up to you guys now.
I think I had the map in my hands from Ovari, and I was about to lay it out on the table in front of the barmaid and say, could you point out to me where this fishing is? What the
She
fishing
already did
pond?
that. She held up the fucking map that was behind the
I
desk.
wasn't looking.
Oh. She goes, yes, apparently along the ridge of the east port there's a small cave.
Okay, so, like, can I look on my map to see if there's any, like, places for fishing around there where it's not that pond?
What do you mean that pond? It connects to the ocean, Breeze.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if fish are being taken from that area, you can make do for a while, like, just by going to another place, if there's one nearby. Or is that the
Right.
only?
Unfortunately, the nearest other fishing port is owned by Casserole, and we don't see eye to eye for being sister villages.
Alright. You said that you think it's the fish person stealing all the fish?
I
Can you-
personally don't think it is, but the mayor seems adamant that it's a Sahuagin.
Do you, like, eat any other thing than fish? Like, perhaps beans, or...
We
Any
eat
other-
some vegetables, but it's not about how much food we have. We have to pay the merchants food, and they're due in a couple of days. We don't have enough to pay them the
Right.
food that they need and keep us fed.
By merchants you mean...
Yes,
like-
the people that were here before that went off with you.
Right, okay. Let's just worry about, the Gripply in the village for now. And, I'm just gonna make, like, a little, like, note of where we need to go, like, the cave on the map. And then, like, confirm with Avani that it's the right place, because I have no idea.
It's like you've just marked somewhere in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. I just pass
Yeah, let me
pass
take
to
a look.
Avani.
Let's see. I want to roll investigation on that.
Yep.
19. Yep.
Surprise,
it's, quite
surprise!
great.
You find the exact spot that the barmaid less than 5 seconds ago had her finger on and said, "It's here."
Well done. Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and say, like, do we want to go sort this now, or is this something that we need to challenge over a night's sleep?
I'm just gonna shrug and say, in Kyrie's voice, now.
Give
Okay.
2 thumbs up.
I'm gonna point at Captain and Beanman and say, I don't think you two need any more sleep than you already had.
Very
Very
rude.
true. Very true.
Right, I'm gonna bid my farewells to the barmaid, then kind of just walk to, like, the middle of the tavern. Other people can do what they like, and then go up to, like, the Gripply who was, like, threatening me before, and just laugh at him for being scared of a door.
His face flushes slightly and he goes, "You can't say anything, I've seen your trowel. It's not exactly the biggest."
And then I'll just pull out the greatsword from my hilt, like a little bit.
He's gonna chuckle to himself and say, "Overcompensating much," and walk away.
I'm just gonna look around bewildered.
Sting.
Burned by a frog.
Yeah, I put my 2 thumbs up. Yep.
I'm just gonna start walking.
Just gonna tap the crystal on my staff, and the dancing lights that were just circling just sort of slowly float back into the crystal. Let's go!
Yeah, I follow. I thank the barmaid and
She kind of
Really
winks at
grinning.
you and goes, "I'll catch you later."
Catch me fish later.
Out the door. Did you just kind of leave your secret lover, Ravani? Did you just, without saying anything, you just left?
No. That was Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just leave Aaron though.
Oh, they
I
said
said
goodbye. and
goodbye.
everything.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I
You
thought,
weren't
like-
even there last time, remember? You were the
Oh,
tavern.
of course. Yeah. I wouldn't know this. Right. Everyone's out the door. We're setting straight to the cave to go find out what's happening.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
make your way through Mouseholes Crossing, cross over the bridge, reach Eastport. You can see like the slither of beach that carries on around the edge. There's a couple of Gripply trying to catch fish, not having any luck, having a chat between themselves. They don't really pay you any mind. You've got quite a high rock wall just past just behind the beach, carries on round a bend.
I was just going to say, as we get sort of like 10-15 feet from the cave, I'd like to stealth again.
Yeah, roll for stealth.
17?
Yeah, you're again doing the Tom and Jerry sneak walk.
How far into the cave can we see?
Maybe like, for those of you without dark vision, 10 foot. Those of you with, maybe like 30 feet. It seems to be like the entrance and then a rock wall that veers off in one direction.
Okay. Can we see any like footprints or like any marks? Anybody has been here before?
Make an investigation.
Natural one.
Can I do it because I'm sneaking?
Yes.
Nat 1.
Really?
No, I got a 10.
You don't seem to make out any footprints. There's some scuff marks and stuff like that, but nothing to really concern yourselves about. Can I
Oh, no,
direct your attention to my screen for a moment?
I would also like to say, since I rolled on that one, maybe I'm like, oh look guys, here are footprints, but it's actually my own footprint.
It's just a hermit crab.
Just a crab.
Oh yes.
So we're at the top, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this bit here is this light bit here is what you can see from where you are.
Nice. Okay.
Can I sort of push off like 10-15 feet ahead from everyone and scout out the right-hand side? So left on the map.
So like this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just come to another dead end. The cave is like all now you're a little bit deeper in, you can see the cave is all like dark, damp rocks. The floor is sand with a lot of like pebbles and stuff where
So
waves
it's
have
cave.
crashed in. Yeah, they've just brought in like, you know.
Do we need to find people inside?
Quite possibly, yes. So
Very
you
few
should keep
people.
your eyes out for anything.
Can I sort of follow that wall down?
This one.
I can't see.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to just sort of follow that down and keep close to it and try and peek around the corner.
Okay, I'll put it there because, well, you can see another dead end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my way inside, stealthily if possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll for stealth. If you want stealth.
Oh, good. Natural one.
Oh no, not again.
Great!
Well,
I spat
to
out
be honest,
monster.
I was hoping for this anyway, but as the
As you go to
individual-
stealth, you go, I'm going to stealth now into the cave.
stealth. You see the form kind of like shrinks down and almost goes to like 4 feet tall as loads of tiny little particles of slime just start trickling around the ground in a 30-foot sphere around me as I am going to use my blind sight. And
Oh.
primarily so I can see up to 30 feet around me in essentially complete darkness. Blind sight allows me to, let me 1 second. Blind sight. A creature with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight. Creatures without eyes, such as oozes, and creatures with echolocation, heightened senses, have this
Yeah.
sense. So anything that moves across the ground in 30 feet around me, I'll be able to see it.
Every now and again, there's like a drip of water onto your ooze, but other than that, nothing of note.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also going into the cave. Not in front, just behind everybody else.
I want to just, keep following the wall and then stick to sort
Well,
of
I'm
the
gonna
bottom
wait for
end.
everyone else to catch up because I can only do one of these orbs at a time.
So
I'm gonna fall into the cave. ready my weapon just in case.
Yeah, I'm gonna see Bean Man making a lot of noise. I'm just gonna go and just waltz in. Not really any worries.
Mm.
Okay, what way you're going?
I mean, to the other side that's not a dead end.
Okay. You follow the pathway as it curves and turns, and then you come to a fork.
Hmm.
Do I feel any movement out of the
Uh,
30 feet radius of where we are?
No, apart from the people that you're walking with who occasionally slip on your slime.
Not again.
Nothing apart from like the occasional water droplet and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going to cast dancing lights
hmm
to have a few of those orbs, like the little bean man had just a minute ago. I'm going to send them forward so that we can see a bit better.
Okay, I'll increase your sight radius a little bit, and then I'll put it like there.
Sounds good. And so I also turn to everybody else, and I say in a quiet voice, anything at all?
I'm just gonna shrug.
Shake my head.
Alright, let's keep going.
What way are you going?
I guess it's up to Little Bird because he's in front.
I think I'm gonna follow the top wall and try and stay
Okay.
semi close to it.
So, you come to, it just seems to curve around. There's a big rock in the center, cold to the touch. Again, nothing really to note, it just seems like a seaside cave. The elevation gets a little higher, like here, and it's less sand and more stone.
I'll just keep following it down then.
Since the dancing lights have been come up, I'm just gonna... And all the slime just kind of sucks back into my body and it just sort of slowly rides back up to 5 feet tall. 5'2".
I see.
Does it make a noise, like a sound?
It does. It does. It makes like a slushing sound and a bit of
hear
it
a
kind of just like goes past your ankles.
Echo
Oh,
through the cave, just
I say we're really just not going for stealth now.
so
Stealth.
continue on down, and it just seems to be a long, almost hallway. Like, it looks like one of the walls has kind of been chipped away and dug out a little bit. It looks like it may have been used previously. There's a couple of like empty barrels that have been turned over, but they're old enough to the point that they've got wood rot and the metal along them is rusted, and it doesn't seem like they've been used in a long time. Again, you're on the slightly elevated, slanted stone now.
Can I get my scythe ready?
Yeah.
And just sort of, if anything comes close, just starts fucking swinging. But yeah, I guess I'll keep leading the way.
Yeah, you keep going down and down, and you come to another fork in the road.
I guess I'll keep to my left as we come down.
I would like to go to the right, just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
This is so hard to do with.
Oh,
I didn't
true.
think this through.
You
So
could just make
you
the
come
brightness
down.
wider.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll go
You come
with.
down, and it's just.
I
it
will go
seems
the
to be a
opposite
big-
direction to Burb.
Yeah, it seems to be a big, like, natural stone floor. There's like a rotten table in the center, and like a really rusty, beaten up, like almost stuck to the ground sword and stuff like that.
Can I?
Looks like it was used a long while ago.
Can I investigate and see if I can see anything, sort of like age or anything?
Yeah. Make an investigation.
Well, that's a 9 plus 2, so that's an 11.
Looks like someone was here once.
Yep, sure. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep going down. I guess. Not really much to do.
I'm just gonna kind of like catch up to a little bit and like ready my shield and just kind of walk side by side.
Yeah, I guess I'll just keep following the wall down and see what's down
Is
there.
this completely pitch black?
Well, this
Aside
orb
from the
is what
dancing
you can
lights.
see now, yeah.
I'm gonna have to just light a torch from my explorer's pack.
I mean, I already have lights out.
There's dancing light. You
Is
can
that
see this
in
area.
all hallways though?
What do you mean in all hallways?
I thought there was a fork.
Yeah, it looked like a fork, but it was actually just another rock in the
Alright,
middle
okay,
of the thing.
okay. I'll just use the lights then.
So what way are you going down?
Yeah, down, and I'll follow the wall.
Okay.
Sort of keep myself close to it.
You come to 2 turnings and a dead end.
I guess I'll go down the furthest turning.
You come to another dead end!
Could it be the other one?
You come back round this this dead end, nothing of note in it. You kind of see Ovani in the distance and give a little beckoning over, and Ovani kind of scuttles on over.
Skulls?
And yeah, you're in a cave. Ovani's a crab now. And you come to this like long hallway here. You start to notice like a faint green, earthy glow coming from the end of the hallway, mixed with the familiar sound of the ocean. You can also hear weird, jumbled speaking. You can't make out what it says. And as you peek your head round the corner, the dancing lights start to reflect off something in the cave that's vaguely humanoid. You notice lots of lumps and bumps along the skin, almost like scales. And as you look closer, you can see it is actually green scales and green fins and frills. And there you see a scaly green with a long fish-like tail, fins coming from the forearms and the top of the head, with this large toothy maw, to Sahuagin, carrying what look to be crudely made spears with rusted swords tied to the hilt with rope and such. And then, like you all to roll for initiative.
Oh.
So, Gooey's first, apparently.
Well, who's got the higher dex? Is it?
Well,
Ovani, you.
both you and Ovani got 19, so yeah, whose dex is higher?
Let me take a look.
Mine's +1, so probably you.
+2, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ovani first.
Let me see. Number 4, that's a crab, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crab.
What shall I do?
Well, this is you here.
Oh.
You can tell
Yep.
by the fox mask. This is John with the lime jello. That's March because they've actually got character art. The crow is the crow is Ashley, and Icarus falling from the sky is Breeze.
Yeah, so I'll move next to Little Bird, behind Little Bird.
Okay.
So like I guess to the right of him.
So you want to go 5, 10, 15, 20?
Yes, that's good.
Okay.
Then I'm going to summon an almighty firebolt at the crab.
Okay.
Caesar crab. Burn.
It's free food. Well, that's gonna be a 5.
Yeah, you don't hit it. You kind of like charge up your hand and it cackles with a couple of sparks. You release a firebolt. And it just veers off and hits the rock over here, and some rubble kind of scatters about.
Hey guys, did you see that? Don't do that.
You're doing great! We believe in you!
See,
the
now
back.
that's the kind of support I want. I point towards Captain and I give him a really big thumbs up.
I give him a thumbs up back.
Yay.
Next is Gooey. What are you gonna do, Gooey?
Not listening to anything that Ovani just said. Just gonna take the end of my staff, draw a small circle, and basically thrust right through a faint orange circle that appears before me, and cast Firebolt as well at the crab number. It'll be token number 3.
Sniper.
That would be a 13.
13. You hit it. Roll for damage.
8 fire damage.
Okay. You also like you draw the circle with your staff, and it crackles with a similar energy that Kyrie's hand did, and then you lunge forward with your staff, and another similar firebolt comes out. This one hits directly on the crab and just obliterates it. Fucking crab legs scatter against the walls. There's now just like a slight dip in the stone floor where this crab once was. There's smouldering bits of crab scattered throughout the cave now.
Just turn pink and just thrust a step up into the air with a victory pose.
Okay, I need to check. I think it was crab 1, so... Next is Little Bird.
The things, the 1 and 2. What is that wall next to it?
This wall?
No, the little ledge
Oh,
thing.
that's like where the water breaches onto the rocks.
Right. I'll assume they know we're here.
Yes.
Do we know if they can leave the water?
John does.
Fantastic.
So Dewey does.
To be fair, I did blurt out everything that I
Yeah,
recalled.
they can leave the water, but
Okay.
only for 4-hour periods.
Okay, fine. Can I move up next to the rock? The small one, sort of to my left.
This one here?
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You get 30 movement.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go 30 diagonal.
No, yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
And then I want to ready an action.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If one of them comes close, I'm gonna just fucking hit it with a scythe.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Next is Crab 2's turn. After
Sand.
seeing Kyrie try to hit it with a crab, it
Ivani.
angrily... yeah, Ivani. It angrily kind of just goes...
Ugh.
goes 5, 10, 15, 20, and just kind of sits there and tries sniffing at you from a distance. Somehow the crab is tired. Your guess is as good as mine. Next is Sahuagin 1, which is icon 1. And that's gonna go, it kind of steps out the water as like a webbed foot just onto this, I didn't mean for the fart noise bit to come out as well.
They speak my language.
Its foot kind of slaps against the moss and it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here. And kind of angrily at you from behind the rock. Then it is Flint's turn. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
I'm going to go up to the crab and hit it with my cutlass.
Okay, so 5, 10.
No, you don't, fucker. You ain't hurting anyone.
Okay, so
Fine.
just swing for an attack with your cutlass then.
Ooh, okay. I am
Mount 1.
probably. That's an 18.
You hit the crab.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
That is 1d5.
You kill the crab.
Hey, I did
You
something.
kind of sprint towards this crab, which has gone towards Ovani, and you like flick the tip of your cutlass up and launch the crab into the air, and then with blade pointing upwards, just chop it in half in the air.
I give it a little clap.
That's
Crab
it.
dead.
That's
Okay, then it's Sahugin 2. That one, after seeing you kill their pet crabs, is gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's gonna come here and nod at the other one, and both of them are gonna like grab their spears really tight, kind of glare at Little Bird. It's then Kyrie's turn.
I'm just kind of gonna.
I'm gonna sit back here and play with the dead crab.
Yeah, no.
Got the trowel out and start playing in the sand.
I'm just gonna stand, go right up next to Little Bird and just look first person 1, because that's all they are to me, in the eyes,
One
and
sec.
just basically say,
25, 30. That's as close as you can get.
okay, I'll just sit there and be like, I wouldn't touch the bird. I'm not one to judge normally, but I'm gonna judge, and just like clank my shield with a great sword.
The Shahuagin gets a little like shakes its head a bit at you,
Oh.
making the noise of the clanking, which kind of echoes throughout the cave.
Yeah,
Ovani.
Oh, it is my turn.
I have a fucking great idea.
Oh. I will move behind Kyrie. Yeah, I'll do that.
Like right behind?
Yeah, right behind. And I will follow in the little bean man's demonstration, and I will launch another great firebolt.
Okay, roll for attack.
15.
You hit. Roll for damage.
I shall. Let's see.
Hits me in the back.
Will do. 13.
Yeah, you your hand charges up again, and your fingers kind of curl and twitch as sparks again, or embers, sorry, kind of whirl around your fingers, and you release another firebolt that whizzes past Kyrie's head, singeing a couple of hairs, and hits this Shihurigan like right in its left shoulder, and it kind of like its arm hangs down limp. And it at you again, puts its spear in the ground, grabs its arm, and kind of forces its arm back into place, and picks up its spear again.
Yes, I will taunt it. Like, come at me.
Can I quickly say something telepathically?
Yeah?
I just want to say to everyone in the cave, hit the other one, and indicate, like, the other Zahugan.
Can you speak to the other two telepathically?
Telepathically communicate with the people I trust. And I think at this point, I trust them enough that they won't try to kill me.
So you guys will hear a voice in your head.
Little bird's true voice.
Flip's not used to hearing voices in his head.
Oh, those were the good days. Ah, yes.
Okay, Gooey, what are you gonna do, bud?
I'm just hearing that voice and just kind of looking around to see where it came from. And just like kind of shrug and just sort of make a circle and thrust forward and cast Firebolt at the further one.
This one here, can you
Number
see
2.
it?
Number 2 is...
Yeah, you can see it behind the first one. So
Ooh,
roll the fireballs.
that's not too good. 12!
Because that's its exact AC, I'm gonna say you draw the circle again, pierce your staff through the circle, releasing a burst of flames that veer off course and end up smashing against the rocks here on the first one, dealing like an extra 2 damage to the first one.
Just kind of immediately turn white and just go, put a hand to my face and it kind of blows into my head for a brief second.
Yeah, I get that. It happens.
And then end my turn.
Happens to the best of us, bud, don't worry.
Yep.
Little bird, what are you gonna do?
I have a fantastic idea.
Oh.
Alright.
I'm just gonna look at Kyrie, I'm gonna say telepathically, trust me, and I'm going to run at Kyrie and bounce off their shield towards the Zahugan.
Make an acrobatics check.
Okay, 13?
You run at Kyrie, full pelt, but Kyrie gets to the fucking gist of it just a moment too soon, and your foot kind of slips on the shield, and you end up going over this way,
Ah,
and
shit.
also kicking Kyrie like in the chest. Not hard enough to do damage, but
Ouch.
Fuck! Just gonna stand up and brush myself off and just like then it didn't happen and walk over and hit him.
I give a small clap.
okay, roll for that. Roll for attack.
Fuck's sake. 10.
You don't hit.
That's a 5 plus 5.
Ouch.
Yeah, you don't hit. You kind of, after readying yourself, your vision's still a bit wonky, and you run towards it and go to like sideswipe at it while still a bit blurry vision, and miss it. Clank your sword against the rock, and it kind of vibrates in your hand a little bit.
Doesn't that sword do a lot of damage, I believe?
It can, if I hit.
Can do, yeah.
If you hit, yeah, if you hit.
It's okay, I also can't be disarmed of it, as long as I'm awake.
Wait, aren't you always awake because you go in a trance?
No?
Right.
I don't think I
next
do,
is
Chance.
Oh.
Suhurgan 1. And after what's just happened, it is gonna lunge straight at Little Bird with its spear. Just like straight for the chest.
Yeah, that tracks.
It's gonna try and just like fucking lance you up into the air like it's coming from lower down to lift you
Oh.
up onto its spear. Oh, it didn't hit. It got a 13.
Yeah, get fucked.
It lunges to do it, and as it does so, you kind of zip out the way. After your last fight with a cultist, your reflexes have gotten a bit more
I'm
used
used
to
to
this.
being ran through with a spear.
Yeah, it kind of lunges its spear at you from lower down, and you kind of move your head, and it whizzes past the side of your head, and the Sahurigan turns around at you again.
Yeah.
Flint, Captain Flint Bright.
I think I'm gonna go to a few bits to. I'll just move the maximum I can to my right. I want to get in like line of sight of the second Sahuagin.
So this one here, so you need to go this way, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, like here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and hit it with my crossbow. I think that should be in range. I don't know.
How long's your crossbow range? It's 25 away, so.
I mean, even the light crossbows are still 60 feet.
What, you rolling, B?
Ooh! Okay. That's a total of 8. I got a 4 plus 4.
This website
fucking
sucks.
You're like bigging yourself up and getting ready after that trick kill with a crab, and you kind of sprint, roll on the ground, and try to tactical reload. And as you're trying to like aim and fire, you press it, and the arrow just kind of snaps because it hit a rock as you were trying to reload, and it just flings 2 like loose bits of wood in the general direction of the Sahuagin.
Ah, take that!
It looks at you and just kind of in disbelief almost that you thought that was gonna work. Sahuagin 2 time, it's gonna come along the back behind Little Bird.
Oh yeah,
And
it's a bird sandwich.
bird sandwich population you. It's going to do a multi-attack action. It's going to try and bite
Great.
you and then spear you.
Great. I wanted it
So-
to do that.
Its first roll misses, so
Yep.
it goes to lunge and bite at you.
Like,
But
ew,
just-
gross. No.
It's so used to attacking things of like a taller height, it just completely misses. And then the second one was a nat 20.
Oh, great. I'm dead.
Ooh. I think Little Bird should not go as far ahead as everybody else next time.
Does 8 damage.
Whoa.
Oh, that's not that bad.
I mean,
Could be
You're at
worse.
1 health.
Yeah, it could be worse.
It's now Kyrie's turn.
After seeing this, I'm not going to be very happy at the fish folk. And the fish folk didn't seem very happy about us turning their crabs into debris, let's just say. So I'm
Your
gonna...
debris though.
Funny. I'm gonna pick up one of the crab's legs from the floor
Yeah.
and just wave it around a little bit and then just take a bite out of it. And like, look like
Make
I'm
a
enjoying it.
constitution check.
Okay. 17.
You get an extra single temporary hit point.
Yeah, Breeze needs it.
Right, okay. And I'm just gonna waltz up to number 2 and hit him with my great long sword.
Yeah,
Right. 16.
you hit.
10.
Nice. You, after taking a bite out of this, the Sahuagin turns around and at you, and as it does so, you draw your sword and just straight across its chest, like from hip to shoulder, straight along the front of it. It kind of winces and tumbles back just a little bit, like grabs its chest and kind of like is trying to hold the wound close a bit with one hand. Ivani, what you finna do, bitch?
well, if you put it like that, I will run away now.
Leave Little Bird to die. Goodbye.
Yeah. So, I believe I can move all the way up to number 1, to the left of it. Yeah, left down to it.
To the left down, so this way, like down here.
Like on the rock.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
left to the rock.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I mean, you can go up one more and be directly behind it if you want to fucking get a back attack on it.
I mean, doesn't this count as a back attack? Because
Kind
it's
of.
flanked?
Yeah.
Technically flanked, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I saw what they did to little birdie, and I'm not very happy. So,
Why is everyone just accepting the fact that I'm dumb as hell?
Because you've got the lowest health and you're like, I'm gonna rush in.
I have no other option.
I
To
will.
get you a grimoire.
Yeah, don't. No. I will use all my might and cast another firebolt.
Okay. I'll give you advantage because you're at such close range.
Yeah, I think if I'm flanking, I also get advantage, don't I?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, but yeah. The highest I rolled is 12.
That's its AC.
Ah,
So you go to cast Firebolt, and just as the flame is about to, like, the Sahurigan turns around and smacks your hand out the way with its fucking spear.
sad. Does it do any damage? No, huh? It doesn't.
No, you didn't actually get to, like, cast the spell off.
It just hits that frame perfect parry.
Alright. However, there is something I can do.
Yeah.
Because I cast a fire spell, I can use my, what's it called? My sorcerer origin from pyromancy.
Yeah.
I can use if like a feature. It says after you cast a fire spell that deals fire damage, I can choose creatures from up to my choice for creatures from my choice within 10 feet, and they take right now 1 damage. So he
Okay, as he smacks it out the way, some of the embers kind of like ignite a part of his arm. And he kind of and like slaps it out.
take that. Ha.
Next is Gooey.
Seeing the small bird not looking too happy, Guri moves maybe about like 10 feet closer in a diagonal down
So
there. Yeah, just kind of like trudging forward, and he's kind of just like tapping parts of the air with the tip of the staff, and a small little speckle of light just appears, and he just goes completely. The slime goes a bit of a darker shade, almost like a moss green. Takes his staff over his shoulder and does a massive arcing swing, and casts magic missile.
Okay.
As 3 little darts come flying out, I want 2 of them to hit number 2 and 1 of them to hit number 1.
Okay, roll for damage.
Number 1, Surigan takes 5 force damage.
Okay. The first one kind of hits it straight in the chest, and after being hit with the firebolt and its arm like also being burned, the Shahurigan kind of slumps down and is like barely fucking steadying itself, like knees on the ground, one hand supporting it. It's
And number 2 Surigan takes a total of 7 force damage.
okay. The other 2 hit it, and a similar thing happens. This one kind of backpedals and tries to steady itself. It's like constantly having to adjust its feet in its positioning as it's wobbling so much.
And just put a finger at them and say, "No hurt, bird." And that's it.
I've been saying that a
Okay.
lot.
Little bird, what's your plan?
I want to just hit the fucking one I tried to hit before.
Yeah?
Do I get advantage because it's flanked?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, my first is a 23,
You hit.
and the next one's a nat 20.
Double damage.
So,
Yeah, you hit it.
That doesn't sound
D8
good.
for damage. I rolled a
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
So that's a 2, so that's a 7 damage.
Okay. So this Shahurigan that's like barely keeping itself steady, you like put your sword underneath its chin and make it look up a bit, and then look away and just kind of drag the tip of your sword along its throat, and just straight along its throat as it's making like it collapses in front of you and dies.
Before it even hits the ground, I want to turn around to the other one and try and get its attention.
Okay.
So I'm going to Fuck, I don't know.
Ah, yes, the 1 HP distraction.
Well, you know.
The glass cannon, as it were.
Yeah, as it should be. It's okay, I've got 4 characters rolled, it's all good. I don't even know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to mimic the noise that the dying Shuriken made.
You turn to the other Shuriken and go. It looks at you. Now, furious with what you've done.
And then fuck it, I'm just gonna wait for my consequences.
Okay, Flint, it's your turn.
Okay. I can go up to it and hit it, right? I can go up.
Yeah. And
Cool.
you'll get
Yeah.
flanking
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll
5,
stab
10,
with my
15, 20, 25, yeah.
And that's a 19 plus 3, that's a 22.
You hit it.
That's the good rolls.
Oh, it's only 3 damage though.
How do you want to do this?
Ah! I don't know.
You slice off a fingertip.
Your own. How do you want to kill it?
I'm just gonna behead it. Just run up and behead it.
You mimic what Little Bird did with their capeche, but with your cutlass, and instead you do like a little fancy twirl and just cleave, and you hear the noise of like flesh tearing and bone just popping out of socket, but you like put your other hand on your blade and force it through and just completely behead this Shuriken. It just falls to the ground, just blood squirting out on the floor, lifeless.
I want to just spit on its corpse.
Hopefully these were the actual people that we needed to kill. Hopefully they were the right people stealing the food. Hopefully they weren't innocent.
I mean, they attacked us.
Like,
Fair.
pick up the head of the Shuriken and put it in my explorer's pack as like a trophy.
Alright, add a Shuriken head to your fucking...
Yeah.
And and then while standing on top of the Shuriken's body, I'm gonna use lay on hands, and I'm gonna touch the bird, give it a little touch, and that should heal 4 hit points.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't forget, also, because Little Bird got fucked in Vapor Wall, you also just have a bottle of healing salve.
Yeah, that's gonna come down later.
Yep.
Do you wanna...
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that now that the battle is over, Ovani walks up to one of the bodies of the what was it called?
Shuriken.
Sahuagin. I walk up to it and in the fashion that the little bird always does, I start to pray like he always does.
I'm just gonna shake my head and just cut them off like, no, not these ones.
No,
They don't deserve it.
Oh, then I kick it.
I just nod and start spitting on them.
Oh, sorry. Little bird gains 6 health.
Oh,
Oh.
6, nice.
6.
My
Yeah,
level, my level times 5 plus my charisma, which is 1.
Nice, you're almost up to full health.
Yeah, I'm 2 off.
It's like every session this happens.
Level 1, baby!
Right, what we're doing now, we're in a cave with slaughtered fish and exploded crabs.
I'm gonna look around for anything to steal, and if I don't find anything, I'm just gonna leave.
Make an investigation.
I would like,
Investigation.
yeah, I would like to check out the area where those hooligan came from, the water.
It just seems to be like just water that just gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
Does a 19 plus 2 do anything?
You know what? Yeah, it does. Through looking around and like rummaging on the corpses of the bodies, you find 4 gold pieces,
Oh, money.
just
Oh,
like
I
kind
give-
of tucked into
Which
one
I
of the shoulder
immediately
pieces.
I was
snatch
about
off
to
the
say,
bird.
I give 3 to Breed, to Kyrie, because
Um,
that's what I had to borrow.
You find a ring on the wedding ring finger of one of the Sahuagin.
I'm just gonna put it on instantly. It's like, yeah.
It's called. It's a silver ring. It's like scratched and chipped and damaged. It's got 3 like symbols on it. One of a spear, one of a fish, and one of an ocean. Of like a wave. And on
Yeah.
the inside reads a riddle: alive without breath, as cold as death. Never thirsty, ever drinking. Clad in mail, never clinking.
Is it a fish?
I mean,
Might
you
be
gonna do?
Kyrie.
It's 3 symbols. What do you want to do?
Fuck. I can't.
Rub their fish.
I'm gonna hold it up and I'm going to say, do the Shogun, do they have, like, scales?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to hold it up and say to the ring, Shahugan.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was gonna fucking put it in pocket and shrug, wander off.
Is it magical of any kind, any sort?
Use detect magic.
I don't have that.
Oh.
Or Arcana, I guess, and I'll just
Arcana
hand it
check.
off.
Yeah, I can do Arcana. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, it's definitely magical to some use, although the magic itself seems rather faint. You have seen repaired versions of these, but like stronger ones on your travels. It's a ring of minor water walking.
Ooh.
Oh.
It only seems to give like 30-second bursts of it, and it doesn't seem to have many uses left, and you still can't work out how to activate it, but you have a ring of minor water walking now.
I guess I'm gonna equip it.
I turn to Little Bird and I tell him this, and I say, listen, you won't believe this, but you can walk on water.
I'm gonna literally equip it and sprint into the water.
You can fly!
You just plummet into the fucking water.
I'm gonna get out and just stare at Obani like, well, you flied.
I didn't say
However-
how.
When you enter the water, the 3 ornate symbols on it glow slightly under the salt water.
Oh.
Ooh.
Uh,
we should check this out.
Can I take it off and put it underwater and look at the riddle again?
Yeah, you take it off, the riddle seems to glow slightly, but it just repeats: alive without breath, as cold as death, never thirsty, ever drinking, clad in mail, never clinking. What
Yeah.
am I?
You know what? I think I'm gonna dive into the water. I wanna check it out.
You don't have to dive in. You can just hold it under the water and look.
It just
Yeah,
seems
but
to
I
be,
mean,
you know, a little water tunnel that leads out to the ocean.
okay.
Can I pick up one of the bodies of the crab?
Yeah?
Can I just start like pulling off the shell and exposing the meat underneath?
Yeah, quite
Gross.
easily.
Can I request for the ring?
Why?
The One Ring.
And I really admire this riddle, but I've also read The Hobbit. I would like to put the ring in the air and say a fish.
The ring glows faint blue, and you are now granted 30 seconds of water walking. However, Ivani, after reading it, you now know it only has 2 uses left.
I would just like to like
I
walk
didn't
on the
realise
water.
it was from The Hobbit. I just googled riddle generator.
No, it's from The Hobbit. I forgot which book,
Yeah.
but I've read it before. I read it in school.
Ah, really? Wow. So,
Um,
you know that you guys can fly. So,
I can.
I suppose.
That's
You can't?
literally Kenku's whole thing. They long
I'm
to
just gonna,
fly
like,
again, but they
Yeah,
can't.
it's like sadly look down on the floor and start trudging away.
Oh, I mean, you have. Okay, yeah, I can't say anything.
I guess I'm just like dancing
On the
about on
note
the
of
water.
finding the ring, we are going to call this session here. I hope you've all enjoyed, both players and listeners, and we will catch you all again next Monday. Goodbye, friends.